President Donald Trump has been saying for months now that he wants to purchase Greenland. Is this realistic? Is that something that he can do? Here's what you need to know. Can Donald Trump actually buy Greenland? Well, not really. There's no clear legal path to do that in today's world. The people of Greenland have too many rights over their own self-determination. The days have long passed since you could outright purchase a huge chunk of territory from a European power in the New World. What the United States did with Alaska, purchasing it from Russia in the middle of the 19th century, is just not in line with today's international legal norms and standards. So what would be in this for the United States? Well, it's not so far from the US, and it's strategically located in the Arctic. Arctic ice has been melting. Russia has become more active in that region. China, though it's not an Arctic nation, has also become more active in the Arctic. So the United States has a military and strategic interest in having a greater presence in that part of the Arctic. There's already an important American air base in the north of the island. And in the south of the island, there are deposits of rare earth minerals. So as the world seems to be deglobalizing to an extent and strategic economic blocks are forming, a source of rare earth minerals that is not in China, that's near the United States, is potentially very valuable. Those, at least, are the most obvious geostrategic rationales for seeking this kind of arrangement with Greenland. It's not entirely clear why President Trump personally has become so focused on it. So what would be in this for Greenland? Well, the United States is an economic and military power next door. The US is already guaranteeing Greenland's security. A closer military relationship would cement that guarantee, and trade relationship with the largest, most dynamic economy in the world. Another benefit of some sort of deal would be the right for people from Greenland to live or work in the US. But it's not clear that this is something that people of Greenland are especially interested in at the moment. I was there in December, and there was limited interest in pursuing union with the United States. There was more interest in pursuing greater economic cooperation with the US. There was also a fair amount of wariness among both government officials and regular people on the streets and in the bars in Nuuk, the capital city. In a recent survey, a majority of Greenlanders said they would like to have closer relations with the US, but even more Greenlanders said that they'd like to have closer relations with all sorts of other countries, including Iceland and Canada. That doesn't mean that there's nothing Donald Trump can do regarding Greenland. So what could Trump actually do? One of the more plausible ideas is what's called a compact of free association. This is an arrangement that the US has with a small number of island nations in the Pacific. It's short of actually forming a union with Greenland or making it a 51st state, as some people like to talk about the idea. But it does include some special privileges for both the US and the other nation involved. For something like a free association agreement to work, there are a lot of other steps that would have to occur. For the time being, Greenland is an autonomous territory of the Kingdom of Denmark. Their foreign policy is determined by Denmark. There would have to be a referendum in Greenland supporting independence. There's not even total agreement about exactly how that process will work. It's being studied by Greenland's government at the moment. Then, having achieved full independence, Greenland would then have to choose to enter into a free association agreement or some other kind of special arrangement with the United States. That being said, Donald Trump clearly has the attention of the governments of Greenland and Denmark. Greenland's Prime Minister, Musicie, has come forward in the last month and said that he's ready for talks with President Trump. And Denmark's Prime Minister, Mette Frederiksen, has reportedly been quite rattled by Trump's determination to get his hands on Greenland. She's been going around Europe, shoring up support among allies for Denmark's claim to Greenland. So, if President Trump is relying on a popular groundswell in Greenland to get this deal across the finish line, he's still got some convincing to do.